Hi, this is Stacy Gerrish, and I am here in Edwards, Colorado at Yeti's Grind, and I'm enjoying my chai rooibos tea. And for those of you that know me, I host Tea Talk, so it's very appropriate that I'm having tea here in Yeti's Grind this morning. So I grew up in Vermont in a small ski town. I got to start skiing actually the November that I turned 3. My mom put me on skis. She was a ski instructor. So skiing has just always been kind of my life in the winter. And I moved out here. I always hesitate to say this because it kind of ages me, but I've been out here now. This is my 33rd winter here in Colorado. Like a lot of people, I came out here just for a winter to check it out, and I'm still here. So I clearly fell in love with the lifestyle and just the valley itself. So I also work for Professional Ski Instructors of America. I'm an educator for them. So that part of my life and my job is really fun. I get to travel to all different resorts and work with ski professionals and help them achieve different levels of certification and just be better at what they do. So something I'm proud of that is outside of this professional life here, I made it to the top of Mount Kenya in Africa. So that's the second highest mountain in Africa. That was a really big accomplishment. And another one is I completed a NOLS course, which is National Outdoor Leadership School up in Alaska. Never challenge me to 2 truths and a lie because I always win. Because I always say that I went 21 days without a shower and nobody believes it, but I really did on my NOLS course up in Alaska. To be able to say that I summited Mount Kenya and did several summits in Alaska is something I'm very proud of. Ooh, that's a good question. Where do I see myself in 10 years? Honestly, if you'd asked me 33 years ago, I never would have said I saw myself here. So I try not to limit myself too much. I would love to be able to say that in 10 years, I've made it to some of the countries that I haven't made it to yet. I really want to go ski in Iceland. That's high on my list. And I still need to go ski in New Zealand. So if I can accomplish those 2 things in the next 10 years, I'll be pretty stoked. My first piece of advice to my younger self would be fearless and don't worry about what other people think or what other people say or other people's expectations of you. Spend less time worrying about the what ifs and more time doing the what's possible. What are some words that I live by? So when I wake up in the morning, I try to always remind myself that I have a choice. We all have a choice. And the one thing we can control is our attitude. Most of the days I wake up in a pretty good state of mind, but occasionally you wake up tired and you're not in that positive state of mind. And so I always try to remind myself, I have the choice today to choose my attitude. And so that's my daily mantra. When I first got here, what were my first impressions? So keep in mind, I got here in November of 1989. It was a very different valley then. In fact, where we're sitting right now in Edwards, there was really nothing here. My first impression as a Vermonter was a little surprised to see a major interstate by such amazing skiing. But I kind of quickly forgot about that once I fell in love with the mountains here, and I don't even really notice the interstate anymore. Do I think I'll ever leave the valley? Well, if I'm being honest, I leave every summer. I don't leave with the idea that I'm not coming back. So, I try to take advantage of the quote off season when I'm not on skis to go and travel. And the one thing I miss here is just access to water. I've threatened to leave the valley numerous times. So if anybody's watching this that knows me, they'll probably laugh at this because they've heard me say, oh, this is my last year. So far that hasn't happened 33 years later. So probably won't happen anytime soon. I'll probably be here for a while. I now consider myself a dinosaur in the valley. I am looking forward to the snow. I'm super stoked that we have this much snow this early. It's awesome. I always get excited to work with the people who have just moved to the valley. That made such an impression on me all those years ago when I first got here. And so one of my favorite things is to help the new people that move to the valley kind of form their first impression and make them feel like they've found their new home. And so that's something I always look forward to is like, I get to meet new people and then partway through the season check in with them and see how they're doing. And there's just something really gratifying about connecting with people and seeing them connect with the place that I love so much.